Hello everybody, this is Lucy Purvis, Vice Principal of Guidance and Wellbeing at South Island School. This short video is designed to provide a summary of a recent student wellbeing survey that we conducted in November. Each year, all schools across ESF ask students to complete an OR survey, which asks a series of questions about their social and emotional well-being, and it also provides an opportunity for students to give feedback about how we are supporting them at school. All students by now will have received their personalised well-being report, and we've encouraged students to talk about their results with parents and the school. It's vital that we keep a very close eye on our students given the significant challenges that they have faced in their school, social and family lives over the course of the last year. I will only talk about the general patterns and trends of this survey, as the students' individual results are of course confidential. Before I start, here is a flavour of some of the very positive reflections that students have provided. It's heartening to see that there is much that students feel happy about, and also there doesn't seem to be a notable deterioration in student well-being according to the survey when comparing 2019 to 2020. One of the main purposes of the OR survey is to trigger alerts for any student that might have very low well-being. In such instances, the school always follows up straight away with conversations for students with their tutor or head of year or head of house. This is not the only moment in the year when this takes place, of course. Instead, it complements our usual pastoral systems. So, here are some key findings from the survey. As mentioned, there was no significant change from 2019 to 2020 in the overall wellbeing score. I would like to add that this does not mean that we as a school can become complacent. There are features within this survey that we are committed to act upon. Firstly, the year group that scores lowest on the wellbeing survey is our Year 13s, although this is only relative to other year groups and their scores were not low. We would expect this in some ways given the demands and examination pressures that naturally occur at the end of their academic courses. There were also a significant number of deadlines in November 2020 as well. Nonetheless, we still want to explore ways to support this year group further. We have followed up with an additional bespoke survey for the Year 13s to find out more about how we can help. I will talk through our action plan in a moment. We asked this open question, which over 1,000 students responded to: what one thing more than anything makes your school a great place? The headline feedback can be seen on this slide. Feel free to pause and have a read. The top 3 answers were friends, the support and care of teachers, and the supportive atmosphere of the school. Again, we're delighted to see that students feel a sense of belonging and community despite the challenges of the last year. It is our fundamental belief, grounded in research, that positive relationships are vital to well-being. Indeed, research from Harvard University tells us that students who do well when facing adversity have normally got at least one caring and supportive adult in their lives. I'm pleased to see that students feel that parents and staff are there for them in the South Island community. The next question was, what one thing more than anything needs to change to make your school a great place? These are the most common responses for that question. Again, feel free to pause here. The headlines are around workload and the sustainability of their daily school lives in terms of start times, breaks, and the ability to relax. The next phase of this video is about how we are already responding to the survey results. Conversations are taking place already in departments about workload, home learning, and assessments and how we schedule these. As a school during the last year, flexibility, Compassion and understanding have been our watchwords when dealing with students who may be feeling under pressure. But we're continuing to create systems which build in a sustainable approach to workload. This might mean, for example, evaluating our calendaring of assessments to avoid crunch points, changing our approach to home learning so that students are able to take a much needed break and don't feel overwhelmed. We'll keep you in the loop with any developments here. There will also be more opportunities in the coming weeks for further staff and students one-to-ones, especially for Year 11 and Year 13, who will all have a meeting with their head of house. And these will be built into next year's calendar for all year groups. I will end this video with some suggestions about what we might be able to do to support our students and their well-being. So this slide talks about what parents might be able to do. I'm very much aware of the fact that parents are already doing a huge amount to support their children at home, and we're immensely grateful for this. These suggestions relate to supporting well-being. Advice for parents centres around ensuring that students establish a balance between work and rest. This means getting enough sleep, healthy food, having a sensible schedule of work outside of school, taking exercise, and seeing friends. Using active listening when your child needs support and focusing on how they can use their strengths to solve problems is a really positive approach. Additional guidance about this is available on our wellbeing websites for SIS parents. Advice for students centres around relationships. We would encourage students to speak to tutors and teachers when they're struggling, or if they are aware of somebody else who is struggling. Also, practicing kindness to their fellow students is of the utmost importance. This acts to boost your own well-being and that of others, and makes for a stronger and happier community. If there is one thing that we can all be, that is to be kind. A huge strength of the school is our student leadership system. I encourage students to look out for the new leadership opportunities in the coming months. Some examples of these are Wellbeing Ambassadors and the new Ally programme. It's fantastic that we have a large number of student-led council. This slide lists just a few. The councils are doing a huge amount to ensure our school continues to be an inclusive community. Please do support their upcoming initiatives. Finally, we have a superb student counselling team who provide online and face-to-face counselling for students and families. You can contact them directly or ask a teacher to make an appointment for you. Information can be found here as well as on our school website. I hope that this has been a helpful presentation. Ensuring positive student well-being is an ongoing priority, and we would be delighted to hear from you if you have any thoughts, suggestions, or questions. Thank you very much for listening.